people always regrow fruits, vegetables from the seeds they get from the grown up plants, from the grown vegetables, from the grown up plants around. Today I have an apple with me. It's a gala apple, very beautiful. It has some sunset yellow, then it also has some color red. It's a gala apple, very beautiful. An apple, they say when you eat an apple, you chase the doctor away, at least for some time. So we should eat a lot of these things, and we chase doctors away. We leave sickness to people who don't eat apples. Christine is my name, a principal farmer, a real life coach, because we are going to use things which are surrounding you. We germinate this apple, we regrow this apple, we make this apple to grow. And I'm also the path to your smiling destination, because a hungry person is an angry one. We are ready to make people smile, to make people happy. So what do you have today? It's an apple. This apple here, for me to get the real story of the real practical skill of how you can regrow it from a seed you get from this fruit, to a seedling like this one, it has been a real journey of 2 complete years, 2 years. That is 2020, 2021. I'm reaching you 2022. You can learn how to regrow your apple from this fruit, apple fruit, and you make a seedling like this one. I have several. Raising very many. This one here, I planted it just of recent. This is 2022. Valentine's Day was on 14th of February. I planted this on 15th of February. There were 3 of them. I only managed to raise 1. Raising an apple, it is not very easy, because an apple can grow up to the length of 5 centimeters when it is only surviving with the taproot. An apple doesn't need a lot of touching. Any small touch, it can break, it can dry. An apple, it needs a specific kind of soil, which I'm going to show you, that I've been using to raise it to the seedlings I've shown you. It is a long journey. It has been a successful story which I want to share with you. I told you, my viewers, that whatever works for me, whatever I'll do and I see it is a successful story, we shall always share it. So I've come to share with you how I have managed to make this a successful story. But before I go to that, Christine, those who are used to her, who know her physically, when I'm happy, I always sing around. When I'm sad, I always sing to go through that particular moment. So for today, for you, my viewer, when we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we will sing and shout for victory. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we will sing and shout for victory. I'm also shouting for this victory because it has taken me 2 complete years to make this. So I'm taking you through the tutorials of how I've done this. Number 1, what kind of soil do we need? Apples, to germinate, to make for you the seedling you want, it has to be mature enough. When it is mature enough, you can cut from this kind of an apple. You can see it is completely mature. It is drying up. Get closer. It is drying up, as you can see. So it is a signal that it has matured. So when we cut this apple, there are higher chances of getting mature seeds from here. If we don't get the mature seeds, we shall go to the next apple. I have some 3 of them to sample until when we get the real one. When it has matured, you'll see all these colors coming out bright enough. The sunset yellow, the red one is also shown clearly. So when the apple has matured properly, all these colors come out very well. So because we are going to eat it at the end of the day, I came prepared. I have some water with me. Let me just wash it from here in the garden, in the farm. And we try to see how we can eat this apple at the end of this session. I'm cutting it to see if we can get seeds that can germinate and give us seedlings for today's for today's activity. I've got some seeds, however, they are not showing properly whether they are mature. So let me continue cutting and we'll see if we can get a successful story. We have seeds, we have seeds, we have seeds. Let me collect them from somewhere here. We have seeds, but they are not properly mature to serve exactly what I'm going to show you. Let me cut one more. Let me cut another corner, and we see we have the seeds. Oops. We can do it from down here. Wow, 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 wow. We thank God we've got the seed that we wanted. We thank God we've got the seed we wanted. All right, today we are not even going to waste any time, because I've told you we need a seed that has matured properly. You can see from my palm. When you get your apple and it has matured properly, you may get this kind of a seed here, because it has the root already. When you get the apple with the root already like this, the chances of germination, they are just 90%. Very okay, ready to germinate. Besides other factors around, this one is ready to germinate. So, what do we need to plant this apple? And we see it germinating very well. These other apples, the seeds you'll get in them when they are all closed like this. I'm going to take you through another process which we always use to make them have a root. Because when you plant your apple, when it has not brought this root here, the chances of its survival, they are very minimal. Very, very minimal. So it is better to plant your apple when it has brought a root like this. And many apples we get on market, they are young, they don't have this. And I'm very lucky today, because as this video is reaching you, this is the second time I'm doing it. And because of some factors around, it has been failing to come out. But I hope today everything will be well and you'll learn something. You'll raise your own apples. You'll chase the doctor away because you have eaten an apple. So we go into the soil mixing. We have got already our seed. We are going to mix the soil. The soil that we need to plant our apple. We have the loam soil. This is very good for planting. You can see it is very black in color. It's very beautiful. I have some little chicken manure, chicken dung, which I'm going to use also. And I also have sand. This is sand, sandy soil. Why are we putting sand? We are putting sand because apples, generally, they are seed coat. It is like a chain. Very soft, but very hard to open up. So when we put sand on it, when we put sand on this seed coat, the roughness of sand will help this seed coat to go off, then the apple will germinate. Just as you have seen this one which I've shown you of recent. There is sand mixture here. So I'm going to mix for you this soil. Sand we shall need 50%. Then loam soil and manure 50%. So we make it 50-50 like this. You can see I'm adding some pieces of charcoal. Yes, we are farmers. I'm a farmer in semi-arid areas of northern Uganda, so it is a dry place. We are going to add some broken pieces of charcoal. These broken pieces of charcoal, they are also going to help to speed up the rate of germination. And within 5 days, I'm assuring you, if you do this thing my way, you're going to get your apples when they have germinated. So we mix our soil. So we have finished packing our soil. After finishing to pack the soil, I've packed very little of it. It's only for sampling purposes, but you make sure it is going to fill your kind of a container where you want to raise your seed from. I told you, farmer, you're supposed to be the best recycle around. You can see this is a package for milk. So I'm using this to raise my seedlings because it is easier to cut at the time of planting. Just like this one. It is easier to cut at the time of planting. Just milk. When they remove milk for my kids here at home, I just keep all these things. I have several of them. As you can see, I do keep a lot of them. Before a farmer throws something away, first think, what can I do with this empty bag? What can I do with this container around? It may help you to put food on the table. So here we are, I've mixed the soil already. So after mixing this soil, I'm going to show you how we are going to plant our seed, and within 5 days, this seed would have germinated. So what do? We go back to our soil, to our seed. The seed is here. We are going to put it in this soil, and it will stand straight in here. Let me use another container which is properly packed. That one was purposely to show you the mixing of the soil. But this one is properly packed up to the top. So we are just going to go ahead. Then this apple, you hold your apple from the top. Don't touch the root. Then we go on and do the planting. We do the planting. We put this seed standing straight into the hole. Standing straight into the hole. Just like that. Standing straight. When we finish putting our seed standing straight, we shall cover with a very thin layer of soil. A very thin layer of soil. This soil here, which is very thin, it is going to help our seed to germinate in 5 days. If your seed doesn't germinate in 5 days, subscribe to my channel, because in this case you may need a lot of attention. So we have covered our seed. We are going to put it in a corner in my humble nursery bed. I'm just standing in my humble nursery bed. So we shall put it in some corner and we monitor for 5 days. Like that. Then we shall add some little water. We shall add some little water on it, and we see how we can farm. So what else do we need? There are some seeds I first got. Those seeds which are not mature to the level, to the rate of bringing the root. So we got those seeds. I have some here. I've got some too. But if you have several or very many of these, what do? We shall get a toilet paper. This is a toilet paper. We don't use a lot of technology. This is a toilet paper, as you can see, toilet paper. So we shall open up our toilet paper. Then we shall need a transparent container too. The toilet paper, fold it like this, like this, like this. Then we go to a transparent container. I already have some inside here. Because we pour some little water to enable them bring the roots, you can see it is already sweating. Evaporation has been taking place. You can see from here. So we shall open our container. It is evaporating. Evaporation took place here, so you can see how it is sweating. We open our container like this. You can see I already have some toilet papers inside. That means there are some seeds which were already here. So this was for some other time when I planted the other seed on the 15th of February. This is March today when I'm reaching you. We shall put our toilet paper inside here. And we get our seeds which do not have the root. We put them here like this. After putting them here like this, here we shall not need a watering can because of its pressure. So I created my own bottle which I use to do this. We pour some little water. Then we cover the seeds like this. And we cover our container like this. Then this container, put it where there is no direct sunshine. Like for me, I put it in my nursery bed here. My simple nursery bed. That's where I leave this container. Just down in the corner, somewhere there. So I put that container somewhere there, and I check after 5 days, once a week. I always check on those seeds. When they bring the root, then they'll be able to go to the garden. Let me check for you from this one here if there are some which have brought a root. If there is some, then it will be okay. These ones I covered them like 2 weeks ago. I've been checking like that. So you can have a look. There is one that is bringing the root. 2 is also bringing the root. Yeah, like that. So you wait for them to bring the roots out, then you put in your container where you're going to plant from. Generally, that's how I've managed to raise these seedlings. That's how I'm managing to raise apples in a semi-arid area of northern Uganda. That's where I'm farming from. Thank you for being there. Thank you for farming. Thank you for putting food on the table. May the good Lord bless you for me.